Hello, I'm Peter Vaughan, and today I'm meeting Ryan Bowditch from Ford. Tell me, Ryan, what's your role within the Ford empire?
Yeah, hi Peter. So I'm responsible for effectively all of the leisure business for Ford around Europe. So I'm head of Ford Pro Leisure, and that's within the special vehicles team that's based right here in the UK.
So everything that we see here in terms of motorhomes and campervans on Ford Transit Custom and Transit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So responsible for Transit Custom. We work with all the big partners such as Bailey, supporting them with everything to make sure we get these products on the road.
And Ford has had a fantastic growth in this sector. I think you said we're now 27% of the market for Ford in the UK?
Yeah, that's right. So we've had now, I think it's 5 years of continuous growth in the UK, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and we got to a record this year, as you say, 27% market share, which is phenomenal. So we're really, really pleased.
But despite that, and all the nice things I say about transits when I drive them, the comment we get every single time is, don't buy it, it's got a wet belt. So what is a wet belt?
Yeah, so a wet belt, probably people will know the terminology of a timing belt, or maybe a timing chain. So a wet belt is effectively a device that connects the crankshaft to the camshaft of the engine and just keeps everything timed up perfectly. A wet belt is a little bit unique because it effectively runs in oil, so hence where it gets the terminology wet from.
And do all transits and transit customs have a wet belt?
Yeah, so anything fitted with the 2-litre Panther diesel engine, which we've had since about 2016, so about 10 years now, will come fitted with a wet belt.
So is that everything apart from the hybrid version?
That's correct. Yeah. Of course, no such thing on an electric vehicle either. But absolutely, all the diesel vehicles.
Yeah. And why are people worried about a wet belt? Or why shouldn't they be worried?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I've had this comment lots of times as well. Especially when I go and talk to leisure dealers, one of the first things they say to me is about the questions or concerns they've had around a wet belt. And if you go out looking on the internet, you'll see that there's some interesting videos out there. There's some interesting information, which isn't always based on facts. The thing about motorhomes is that the way they're treated and the way that they're looked after by the users really means that you shouldn't be worried. There are perhaps some other use cases out there, or there's examples where vehicles are perhaps abused or not maintained correctly.
Some of the white van man.
Yeah, possibly. I won't go naming anything specific, but there's certainly cases out there where if you don't maintain the vehicle, that's when you can come and have issues.
So what maintenance is required with a wet belt, and what sort of costs are people looking at?
Yeah, so with the wet belt, the service interval is every 100,000 miles or every 6 years, whatever comes first. So you need to make sure you get the wet belt placed at that interval. Obviously, costs can vary very much around the country, different dealerships, etc. I think typically it's probably somewhere in the region of £1,200 to £1,500 as an example.
At your Ford dealership?
Yeah, in a Ford dealership, and of course,
So do you have any statistics to really reassure people buying a nice new Ford motorhome or campervan like this, Bailey? Can you reassure us?
Yeah, so I think the best thing to say, so I've been in this position for 4 years now as the leisure vehicle manager. As you can imagine, Peter, I've had many things come across my desk in terms of concerns or issues perhaps, but I haven't had any when it comes to wet belts. We took a look at some of our warranty data, and we specifically looked at motorhome vehicles, based vehicles, and we could see a very, very minute population had anything in relation to a wet belt type issue. So again, the key thing is to maintain your vehicle is what I would say, and then you will not have issues.
And you said about the Ford app, that helps too.
Absolutely. So a really useful piece of information is if you download the Ford app on your phone, on your mobile device. Within there, what you'll find is you can find service information. So you can find things like tyre pressures, but you can also find oil life. And oil life is the key here. The thing that can impact a wet belt's durability is something called oil dilution. So
Yeah.
if you get pollutants in the oil,
Yeah.
and which happens over time,
Yeah.
after a while that can degrade the wet belt. So the key thing is again, get the vehicle serviced regularly
Yeah.
by the service interval, get the wet belt replaced at the right interval. But go on your Ford app, look up your oil life, and that will also give you an indication of whether maybe you're due an oil change
Yeah.
and whether you need to book that in to get that done.
That's fantastic. So really, there's nothing to worry about. It's typical internet website scaremongering.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of scaremongering. Unfortunately, a lot of misinformation out there. And of course, there'll be some people, again, who have not maintained their vehicles, have had issues, but they put that onto YouTube, and then, of course, everyone starts to get afraid. But as a motorhome owner, my comment is don't be afraid, maintain your vehicle, you'll be fine.
And hopefully people spending 60, 70, 90,000 pounds on a motorhome are going to look after it, so they're not going to have an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. They look after it, and the great thing is with the type of journeys they do, the relatively low miles, long journeys, all of that lends itself to being a well looked after vehicle.
Okay. Thanks very much, Ryan.
Thank you, Peter.